Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we are reviewing The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14, episode 12. But before we start, Dee, tell them what to do.
Smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel.
And he's off. Okay, so this episode.
Watch, my finger gonna be pointing the wrong direction.
Yeah.
My finger gonna be going the wrong way.
So this episode starts off with Sheree and her son, what's his name? Cairo. Okay. He let us know he's working on some music she want to hear. He said, yeah, you can hear that clean version. So she want to hear the other version, but Moms.
Well, I never get that option. Whenever my son do something, it is what it is.
So she wants him to help model for She by Sheree, which only makes sense.
Duh. You know what? When I was reviewing this, this kid is like 25 years old. Based on the way social media and all that works, you know how much stuff she could sell by having this handsome son, and her daughter is actually very pretty. It's never gonna happen.
So she let us know that she hired a consultant to help with the sketches so she could see her designs on paper. It sounds like she's starting like from scratch.
Well, that's what I said. This should have been happening before the show. You know what? This should have been happening. Whether the show is a thing or not. If Sheree's body came past your timeline with some athletic wear, would you purchase it? Because I probably would.
Yeah.
I know that she's gonna pick luxurious fabrics, so they're gonna feel good, they're gonna fit right, because she works out for real. It's not gonna happen.
So she probably was really trying to finish that house. She really ain't been doing nothing. I still don't know how she got that money.
That's so backwards. Like her business could be funding her life.
Yeah.
Most people that have a business don't even have the luxury of having this type of platform. That's why Candy was over here with the vibrating panties that y'all kept complaining about. But I bet you she sold them shits.
So speaking of which, her and Todd is preparing for Ace's birthday.
Well, you know, I'm loving every minute that I get to see Ace.
Ace's birthday is in the middle of the week. So because of that, she's just doing a small party for right now with him and his cousins and Brooklyn and Drew's kids. And she got him like a cute little gaming truck, which
How
is
dope
cool.
is that? That's so dope.
They do that all the time here.
I want to look into that, like not even for a kid party. I just think that would be dope for grown people.
Yeah, they do that. That's all the kids do that here. The gaming truck. They pull up in front of you.
Kids, so I didn't know it was a thing. Like for me,
Well, my first time I seen it, we did it at Job Corps for and they're not kids. I mean 16 to 24, but now it's so popular. Like I said, all the little kids, that's the thing that they're doing for their parties now.
I love it.
Yep. So
matter of fact, you could roll that thing on in the backyard and we could have a real party. We got to worry about them kids going no daggone where. And
if you could, if you got a backyard that could fit a semi, because it's like a semi.
Yeah.
If you could fit it back there, that's where it goes. Normally they just, pull up because I ain't got that kind of yard, but like in the neighborhood over here, they just pull up in front of your house and you get out and go inside the truck. So they were trying to get the follow up on Beyonce and T.I.'s son. What was going on with him? And Ty let us know.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Ty let us know the police is doing like a little tour of the neighborhood following that, episode. And Kenya was like, y'all should get an off-duty police officer. That's what Cardi B, who live a mile down the road, do. She lived down the road from Kenya. Everybody ain't got Cardi B money like that though.
I mean, I don't really think Candy lives that kind of lifestyle like Cardi B does with all of that she got going on. You know what I'm saying?
That was just something that just happened. And the show is taping and people want to be on TV.
What with Candy? I mean, Atlanta is going through something. That's clear. And it's unfortunate because Atlanta is such a dope city, but ain't nobody trying to go there right now because You know, the crime is too high for whatever they got going on. But I just don't, first of all, Candy don't have all her money because she don't spend it like that. I don't see that being a thing, but security is definitely
24 hour. I'm surprised because Drew said she lived behind the gated, and she live in the gated neighborhood. I'm surprised Candy don't.
I think she does. Well, she's got gates. Listen, I've lived in a gated neighborhood, but it didn't have the security. And it's funny because you pull in and you can see at one point they did because the little security booth was there.
Right.
But for whatever reason, they stopped doing that. So when you were pulling to my place, there was a gate, but that gate wasn't security. All you gotta do is wait for somebody to pull up and then go in the gate. So the gate
But
really
Drew said her gate got a guard.
It's better when you have a guard because you have to stop and then they need to know where you're going and it's just different. But I think that's not necessarily a Candy thing. That's a neighborhood, that's a community thing.
No, I'm talking about the whole just hire an undercover, off-duty police officer. That's what Kenya was saying.
That's a lot.
That's what I said. That's just.
I'm sure Todd has a gun.
Yeah. So she talked about her Broadway play. It got set down because Marianne, he hit the cast, had to shut down production.
I don't Marianne.
Candy started crying and she's saying, she wants to make it happen because, she want to make sure that it was an even playing field for Black people wanting to be on Broadway. I'm like, I hear you, Candy girl, but ain't shit. Marianne shut down a lot of shit. Okay, COVID period. That's unavoidable.
Failure, and it's definitely not a failure because
you can't control it.
You can't control that. And the play got good reviews. Nobody said the play sucked. Like it was doing well. People wanted to go. They just couldn't go because of COVID, and that affected everybody.
I'm like, that's a play. I'm like, the whole world is still fucked up behind that. So I understand that's your thing, but shit, there's more important shit that was shut down too. So yeah, a play is probably gonna get shut down. It's out of nobody else's control.
I get it, but she's taking it personal.
That's I'm like, don't take it personal.
You can't
because it's not a personal. It's not a personal. It's not something personally that she did. Shit, people personally still out of work behind this. You know what I'm saying? So. And then you going straight to another one. It's no biggie.
Well, and I feel like I know her goal is not just like I'm sure like she wants to see an even playing field. That part is true, but also she wants to be a GOAT. Like she wants to get that Tony. And I think she's gonna get it. Generally, Candy is very much underestimated. When she set her mind to something, usually it happens, but she got to pay her dues too. Like she just getting started really. Like she went from what do they call it? The Chitlin circuit to Broadway. So,
and like I said, in due time, we all still getting through this right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
we went outside, gotta go back inside.
Yeah. Shit, monkeypox, you don't want that? Nah, you really gonna be crying if your people walk around with monkeypox. That's gonna shut production down forever. Cause we don't know what them sores gonna look like when it's all said and done.
Hopefully not bad. Like I've seen pictures of people that have had it. It looked like chickenpox. It's just not, but chickenpox look nasty.
Chickenpox, and a lot of people still walk around here with them damn chickenpox scars all over their damn body too.
I didn't because I listened to my mama when we had
don't scratch them.
Calamine lotion. Scratch that shit.
Then they say that monkeypox. They say that hurts really bad. Like it's excruciating pain.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
If they got a vaccine, I'm finna go do that shit.
Yeah.
And I was very much not on the, bandwagon with the other vaccine.
Yeah, but this vaccine been out. This ain't nothing that
that's what I'm saying. I'm very much willing to go get that shit.
Yeah. So Marlo, Sheree, and Sanya, they're at Light Archive.
AKA the hand-me-down store.
So Marlo said her nephew Michael missed being at home, but William All he do is sit around and play Roblox all day. And this boy said, that's me. She called her sister, asked her, why is he allowed to play on the computer all day? Look, you lost those rights. You don't get to ask me anything. Once they crossed over here,
I
you
got
don't-
both kids up here. I can't. I gotta
Yeah.
work. If he's playing video games, he's not getting in trouble. Let the nigga play video games. Look, my daughter has been out of her room 3 times today, I think, to get some water because I asked her to come out. Like, that's what teenagers do.
she's like, that's not gonna make him want to come home. But Marlo, you really don't want him to come home. Quit front. You really don't.
And don't call over here telling me what to do.
That
You don't like it? Come get him.
come get him and keep him this time. So Sonya come in and she's talking about the trip that they were just on. And she said Kenya ruined the trip for everybody. I was like, no, Marlo ruined the trip for everybody. She the one kicked y'all out. She kicked y'all out. Yeah. And if y'all was smart, y'all would have went all down to Kenya's spot and kept the party going after she kicked y'all out.
Intentionally on 10 with the happiest place on earth vibe, just so they couldn't say that she ruined the trip. And they saying it anyway. Sonya, that's what I'm gonna call her now. Sonya.
So Marlo,
You too safe.
she talking about she disappointed in Candy for showing who she really rock with. But I mean, that's who she always rock with. You thought she was gonna not rock with Kenya? Her and Kenya been friends a long time. You the outsider. Now what would have been fake?
She doesn't have any friends, Marlo.
Because Sheree ain't your friend and you ain't Sheree's friend.
No, you're not Sheree's friend. You know, when I lived there, that used to bug me out. How these fake girls would be in each other's face and hang out with each other, and none of them like each other. And these girls, well, they're not girls, they're grown-ass women. So they have aged out of chasing athletes. But this is back when, when I was like 20-something, 30, and I wasn't even 30, but these girls were all vying for whoever was playing ball, football, basketball, whatever it is, because Atlanta has all of that. So they was all grinning in each other's face and sleeping with each other's man. Now they on the same shit pretty much, just the old old version of it. They still ain't really cool with each other.
Well, they showed sit up there and talk about each other in a hot second. You know what? Not to cross, shows or whatever, but to cross shows for a minute. The stuff that Heavenly would say over there in Married to Medicine, it wrote off these girls' back because they talk to each other like that all the damn time.
But Married to Medicine is in Atlanta.
But that's what I'm saying. But with these girls, them girls over there acting like,
No, they would give it right back to Heavenly.
Right. And it would be done. You know what I'm saying? Because they go back and forth like this all the time on that show. She on the wrong show. Maybe she should have came down here.
You need to go to Atlanta.
Yeah. So Sonya tried to say, the Jamaican trip right now I want it to be a couple trip, but I know it's 3 of y'all that don't have anybody. So right now it's uneven. So I want you guys to be able to bring somebody. Ain't got to be a guy. It could be a girl if you want.
Uneven? How come Marlo and
they ain't got nobody?
They got each other. They're best friends.
Well, the issue was last time, remember, Kenya was mad because she didn't know it was a couple trip. So she's saying couple. But now she's saying because since last time was the issue, I'm going to let y'all know ahead of time that I want this to be a couple trip. And since you don't have nobody, you could bring somebody with you. You could bring a girl, you can bring a guy, whoever, right? So she was like, let me call the other single person and let her know. But when she called Kenya,
let her call Kenya right now while she's in front of Sheree and Marlo.
Yeah. But, and I ain't have a problem with that if you was going to do what you was supposed to do. What she said was, though, when she called, I want this to be a couple trip. And Kenya was like, you ain't say this, nothing about this being a couple trip. And she said, well, I want you to bring somebody. And then she said, just to make it clear, this is a couple trip. I'm like, that's not how you just came at them. You told them, yes, this is a couple trip, but I want you can bring whoever you want to bring. Why didn't you say it like that when you got on the phone?
I just want to let you know that since there's couples there, you can bring a +1. It doesn't have to be a date, so you have a person on the trip with you. She didn't say that.
That's all she had to say.
Reiterate that it's a couples trip.
Yeah. And so Kenya got mad and hung up on her ass.
Which I was very entertained by.
No.
Why am I entertained by the immaturity of Kenya?
I'm just like, it was the way you said it. You mad at her, but it was how you said it. You ain't bring it to them like that.
And like, I didn't think about it when she said it, but then when they brought it up, and you're going through a divorce. So you're like very irritated by the whole idea of, even if she was seeing somebody, I'm not bringing nobody I'm seeing on no trip to Jamaica with y'all. Like, we're not.
So now she want to have a side conversation with Kenya because she didn't feel like that was cool. So, child, Marlo didn't visit this Christian psychiatrist referred by Sheree. Sheree can't refer none of them folks to me. Not a one. I ain't seen one
bring up like jacking off or masturbating. Right.
Instantly, girl, he said a prayer for her, and instantly she started crying. It was like an action, and the tears.
Well, she didn't bring her tears. There was no tears.
But it was the same thing, like Sheree. It was like, no tears. So. She tells him,
she irks my soul for real.
She tells him that she had agreed to keep the kids, and then months went by and they're still here. I'm like, well, how long did you agree? Like, what, forever, right? Or until her sister got out or whatever. And
she keeps saying that her sister has mental health issues. That would lead you to believe that she's never really gonna be better. Like,
not to raise no kids.
But I don't know why her and her other sister didn't figure out a way to work together, because neither one of them need to have, full custody. You know what I'm saying? They should have figured out a way for them to balance that shit.
Well, the other one probably wasn't going to volunteer. The other sister, because she got 4 kids.
4.
Marlo probably the one who volunteered to do that shit. And she was like, oh, okay.
Only because she needed a storyline.
Well, there you go. That's what she's using it for.
And again, when she got them, they were little, like they were like 8 and 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were little, maybe like 10. You know what I'm saying? Because
now they're going, get out of there.
And that's different.
Now they're going through their teenager stuff, and teenager stuff. We know this. You know what I'm saying?
Every time she says dirty laundry, I want to hit her in her mouth, because what about any of these kids that's out here, especially like what they got going in Atlanta? He could really be running around here doing these home invasions, because he could get mixed up with the wrong kids. And we could see from over here in DC with Jamie's son, little Jamie, you don't have to be no hood kid to be getting in trouble. You just need to be mixed up with the wrong people. And Marlo, you're going all the time. So you don't even know who these kids are hanging out with, or the kids from school. You don't know what they're doing.
And Marlo, you was out there doing the beating up in the home and all of that mess your dang self. So you should be like, at least they weren't out here like me. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, woo, child, was a mess. They ain't on that level.
Never that.
So she talked about their behavior and about how she just want to have fun with them. And the psychiatrist was like, look, parenting is not fun all the time.
Yeah.
You need to be consistent. You need to get a schedule. You need to start having family members and schedule quality time with these people. But he did tell her that he didn't feel like she was wrong for sending them away, because he don't know what she had done if they had stayed there. So he probably like, this crazy bitch probably should have sent them away, because.
You know what though? If she would have said, you're going over so-and-so's house for the weekend and I'll pick y'all's ass up Monday.
But the next thing he said was, don't make them feel abandoned. That's what you did right there.
And how do they react to that? Because most kids act out.
And then you drove past them in your little fancy Rolls Royce or whatever it was y'all was in, going up to the trip on off to a wonderful vacation, and made sure that you drove past. Don't act like you didn't know that was that boy bus stop.
While he's at the bus stop.
While he's at the bus
There's
stop.
only a small window when he's at the bus stop.
Come on.
She's evil. I can't stand her.
So
Do you ever watch Candy speak on it?
no, I don't like Candy like that. So I won't watch that.
I mean, I love her speak on it. And she got, one of the people that work with her, his name is Ace, and he's in love with Kenya. But he be going off on Marlo so bad, cracks me up. Cracks me up.
I can't watch, not that I don't like Candy like that, but it's only so much of Candy I could take.
Oh, I like speak on it.
So Todd and Candy sit down to have a talk with Riley and Kayla about doing their trust. So Bravo showed the stuff that they had before marriage. And what on Candy's side, it was a list. It was a long list. She had the house. She had candy coated night. She had blah, 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 blah. And then on Todd's side, they showed nothing. Like he didn't have anything before Candy. And then when they showed the things that they accumulated together, they just had the restaurants and real estate. Bravo shady for that. Are y'all mad because he used to work for y'all and now he didn't came up? Is that what it is, Bravo?
Well, nobody ever said he was broke. For first of all, nobody ever said he was broke. You can't measure Todd's money against Candy's money. She was in entertainment since she was a child. So I don't feel like that's even, you know what I'm saying?
So they let the girls know they had to find out. So if something was to happen to them, how they were going to divide up the things. So he was like, so Kayla, you would get the New Jersey crib. That will go with you. And then when I got to thinking about it, I was like, so the one thing that was gonna go to Kayla, Candy, you was trying to get rid of. Like that's the one property that he had to give, and you trying to convince this man to give it away.
She just saying she didn't want to stay there. I don't
she
think
told him that no. When it first came on, she told him to get rid of it. And he said, no, we could save it. We could have an investment out of it. She wanted him to get rid of it.
She probably wasn't thinking of it like that though.
Well, I did after he said it. After they said it, I'm like, dang, that's messed up. The one thing that she would get, because her list was long.
Yeah, but I
on
feel
this
like
side.
they didn't talk about it like that. Like that's probably a point why he probably brought that up after the fact. This is something like I don't think they was thinking about it like that.
I don't think she was, but I thought about it like that after they said it. I'm like, damn, that's messed up. That's messed up. So make sure you keep that tied, because I mean, hopefully don't let it happen to neither one of y'all. Hopefully don't let it happen.
Like I don't want it.
No, she good. She good with it. So the share assets will have to be divided up. Okay, so Todd said he felt like he didn't want them to get a whole lump sum of money at one time. Because say you go and you make a couple of bad decisions and you lose the money. So what he wanted to do is divide it up in stages throughout their life so they can have wealth throughout, their lifetime.
That's how most trusts are set up.
Riley didn't like that. She started frowning.
Of course she does.
It was like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't waste the money. She wants the whole lump sum. She said, what if I wanted to invest in a business in my 20s and I need that money? But he was like, do your due diligence. I mean, learn how to operate the business, have a plan,
And Riley, your parents aren't dead. So if you have a business in your 20s that you want to start or build, then they're going to support you. This is a situational conversation about what if. What if this happen. And I think most people set up the trust that way because they feel like most kids aren't ready until they're past 25 to be having, and some still ain't ready.
Right.
Ain't nobody older can look back, even like Kylie is 22. There's things that she was doing when she was 20 that she was like, okay.
Yeah, but even with this whole like lottery thing, when this big $1 billion thing was coming up, they were on the news saying with the economy and everything right now, you know, most people take the lump sum and then within the 5 years, they broke again. Because the first thing people do is come at you with investments, do this business, do that. And the person who got the money is thinking, how can I make my money grow? And then they go into these investments and they end up losing a whole lot of money within the first 5 years.
Educate yourself. That's the first thing.
Well, you know, a lot of people not though. A lot of these people.
That's why they play the lottery.
Yeah, the people, that's what I'm saying. So a lot of them people, not them type of people anyway, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why they saying take it in installments. So if you mess up, you know, you still got money coming, you know?
I personally feel like with the lottery, give me all my shit. If I need to have it split up, like I'll do that on my end, but I don't want y'all to have hands on my money. I already got
I agree with that, but I'm just saying that's what they were saying on the news.
But it's different when, like, even with Riley and Michaela, they grew up different. So, and it looks as though they're both doing fine, like being self-sufficient. Riley always gonna be spoiled.
Yeah. So Candy said, well, what I'm worried about is something happens to one of us and the other one is still here. She said, because they parent different. So they feel like Ty wouldn't be as free with the money like Candy is, which
they're right.
Of course he's not going to be.
And
then Riley was like, I don't feel like that you will allow me to be a part of the decision making like my mom do, which is probably true too.
I think that's true with most families.
Yeah.
Just the way men are built. Unless like, you have a man that's a spender, but I just think men are always coming from a place of discipline.
He's like, I'm trying to teach y'all to be independent, you know. But at the end of the day, any money that we get from us is bonus money. That's not like entitled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. Well, and then they got little Ace and little Blaze. They got other children to split that money with.
Right. Kayla is like, her dad is always business first, not fathering. And Candy was like, I don't trust. She basically said she didn't trust him to make the decisions for her the way she would do it. I mean, I feel like I said, God forbid anything happened to either one of them. I feel like though, because of Kayla's upbringing, she would definitely be okay with the money because he gonna give it. That's his child. He gonna still give it to her in installments.
Like Candy be slipping Michaela money behind his back anyway. That's why she.
No, she do because they had got into it about that too.
Say nothing. She was sitting there like.
Yeah, little Latoya over there, child. She give me the vibe that a man could tell her she fine and she gonna go through that dang on money. Let him go through that money. Little Latoya. She gonna be like that woman on the movie.
But you know what? That Blaze, the look on her face, I can't wait to see.
Ain't nobody taking Blaze money. Ain't not a soul. No soul. She gonna have to go get Latoya's money back from her, from that man. Shoot. So the ladies gonna get together over Sanya's house on Saturday. So she found out that it was Sheree's birthday. So she wanted to throw Sheree this birthday party and join it in with this pre-Jamaican party. I was like, why are we always celebrating Sheree? Is that the theme of the year? Sheree's day, yay, Sheree,
I mean, I get celebrating her birthday, but I'm not going over to do a pity party and a coochie cleansing. Like, I'm tired of Sheree.
That's I'm like every event been around Sheree. So Sheree is at the fabric store for her clothing line. She tell the ladies that she want to have this huge show, and it started off.
When is it? Because you just got sketches. You ain't picked out fabric. Your ass ain't finna sew nothing. So you still gotta send stuff out to be manufactured. Is the whole show gonna be joggers? I'm so confused, Sheree.
Probably. It probably is athletic style. Hopefully it's all athletic wear.
A whole fashion show of athletic wear?
Because what else would you get from She by Sheree? Isn't that the lane she going in? Athletic? Yeah. Yeah. So, well, we don't know yet. So
we're not getting nothing. We're not getting nothing from She by Sheree because it ain't gonna happen.
So she said she started off, the line was for women, but she been getting requests from men saying they want joggers too. I was like, Martell wants some joggers.
No, that happens to me all the time. Like, men always say that, and you're like,
they want joggers.
They want you to make men's clothing too. They don't necessarily ask for anything specific, but they always say, you got stuff for men too? No.
Well, the men joggers will have a VPL.
Why is the question?
A visual print line. Okay.
Well, I'm asking again, why?
I don't know. At first I was like, okay. And then I was like, it ain't gonna be cute when your granddaddy put them on though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or if you're at the gym and then sometimes like you be scrolling on the gram and you be like, Nick Cannon, put that away. I didn't ask to see that. Hello, Chris Brown. I don't want one of those. Stop it. It's a lot.
But Nick Cannon and Chris Brown is okay. So, but when Bill Cosby put them on, y'all gonna have a damn attitude.
Well, that's the thing. That's who's gonna be putting it on though. That's who's coming for it.
Yeah, that's who wearing the joggers. It's these old men. Yeah.
I just don't like. If I'm in the gym, like, and I don't need that distraction because I'm looking because you're dangling, hanging and swinging and all. What? How does that look? How does that work? I'm confused. Is it like a little slot for you to put your dick in? What is it?
It's just the print. So I guess just a little shade. I don't know. Everybody's ain't made the same. So if you can't fill it out, then what? Or if it's I don't know. How do you determine?
I heard somebody say, I can't remember who it was, but I heard somebody say, "What if you're a grower, not a shower?"
Ran up on one of them. You know what I'm saying? For real.
I don't understand it, Sheree. Show me what you're talking about. Let me see one. Go ahead. Get the sample lady. Get the sample lady to run one up. Martell would love to, model that for you.
He'll definitely put that up. Todd let Candy know that he didn't feel good after that meeting. And he didn't like the fact that she said that she didn't trust that he would take care of Riley if something happened to her. She said, I didn't mean it like that. She's just more free, giving out the money. He was like, look here, whatever you're going to do, whatever you're going to decide, make sure you put it in writing, clearly what you want. Don't leave me to make no decisions.
I think that's the best decision.
Yeah. So then they switched to her producing another show on Broadway. And the guy, Nick, told her, not to do it because the production could be in jeopardy of closing too. And he's like, look here, don't listen to him. Well, I mean, why not have two shows on Broadway? I mean, at this point, we can't go around here being afraid either. And if it do get shut down, like he said, open up another.
People always want to tell you what not to do. They don't never want to, like, you know what I'm saying, encourage you to do something.
Right.
She's not dumb, like,
I think too, it depends on who it is. I don't feel like you would have told one of those already well-established people not to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Is
Sometimes
Nick
you gotta
the
watch.
little,
You gotta
the
watch
little
them
clear
lightweight
boy that we
haters,
met earlier in the season?
huh?
I said, is Nick the little clear boy that we
I
met
think
earlier?
so. That's something like you gotta watch them lightweight haters. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny because when I was in college, I had to do an internship. I probably told you this. I had to do an internship. So, we have to go out and find our own internship. And one of my coworkers, I was working in the salon, and he had a connection with this lady with a modeling agency. So she was relocating her office, and I'm just in there like helping her out during my internship. So she had me in there organizing files, and she told me to pull photos for her of Fortune 500, of Fortune 500 men. And I was like, what is that, Fortune 500? And she was like, distinguished men like 40 and up. And I was like, okay. So I go through the files. I pull out everybody to me that looks distinguished. There was like 3 or 4 Black actors that I put in the pile, and she sent those back. And she said she didn't know if the client was looking for that. And in my mind, I was like, how do you know? Like, send them over there.
Send them over anyway. You never know.
You never know. But I was like, dang, so this actor is paying her to be the agent, and she's keeping him from getting jobs, or at least going to a booking. Like, let me see, even if you tell me no, I still want to go show my face so people will know that this is what Fortune 500 looks like too. It doesn't just look like one thing.
Mm-hmm. So it is Sanya's party / charade surprise party. The guests arrive is Marlo, Candy, Monyetta, Sheree. Drew complains about how far out she stayed. You hope y'all know she don't live in Atlanta. I don't know where I meant to look that up to see where does she exactly do she.
You know what? Atlanta is so spread out though. Like if you live on one side and somebody live on the other side, that's how it's
right. Right. And Drew and Kenya stay close, right?
No, Sheree. I don't know where Sheree and Kenya live down the street from
they
each other.
stay down the street. And I thought Drew moved close to Portia. That's what it was. I knew she had, when she moved, she was close to somebody.
Yeah.
And Portia and Nene lived in the same neighborhood.
But they said that was far.
Yeah, Candy was off far too compared to them. So maybe she closer.
Candy lives in the east side. I don't know if she's College Park necessarily, but she's on the east side of Orlando near the airport. And like when I lived there, I lived in Stone Mountain. So to go from Stone Mountain to College Park, that's far. It's on the way on the side.
Somebody said they like Roswell. So I was like, so
that's far too, depending on where you at. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
That was Kenya, I think, that said she likes Roswell.
But she don't live in Roswell.
They're moving in Sandy Springs, and Sandy Springs is a nice area, but that's where all of those home invasions are happening.
But that's where Kenya and Marlo and them is at, Sandy Springs and Lake Bailey. They're all in Sandy Springs. Okay, so let's see what happened. So Sanya shows Drew Sheree's gift pile, but Drew ain't bring nothing for her. Drew was like, me being here in peace is a present. Well, she didn't stay peaceful for too long, so she didn't give her that either.
I wouldn't have brought her a gift either.
No, because I originally was coming here.
You switched it into a party. You decided it was a party. And me and Sheree are cool, so.
Kenya comes in, she speaks to everybody, including Marlo.
Yeah, she did say hi to Marlo. I didn't catch that the first time.
She did. She said hi, but she ain't kept it moving. She be killing her with kindness, and Marlo don't know how to take that.
And see, I would have did more like Mel. Hey, everybody. I would have not spoke to her specifically.
She said, hey, Marlo, and kept on going. So you can't say Kenya came in here and didn't speak. She said your name. So. And
they played that same clip of Marlo Timer. You're not going to spoil my vibe.
Girl, that same one. Stop it. Sanya show Kenya around the house because you know Kenya, she loves doing decorating and home decor and all of that. So she wanted some suggestions, and she looked like she needed a little bit of help.
She
Saying that
definitely needed some little bit of help because who pulled out those plastic ass party streamers?
Sanya seemed like that she just moved in, but I don't know. It's like, is you trying to make that your home? Or you just ain't unpacked yet? Cause it seemed like she just hasn't unpacked.
No, I think what happened was she was saying like she, couldn't get, people couldn't get their shit, their furniture and their stuff.
Oh, cause still COVID.
Didn't want having people over until she got, her furniture and stuff. So
Yeah.
because her kitchen wasn't even having.
That's true, because baby, you can't get nothing out the furniture store. People still wait for their dang on couch.
Yeah, and then them big houses, those big houses, you got to special order that.
Specialize that, yeah.
I just think Sonia is not, and I feel like most people are not. Decorating is a skill set. You should probably get some help, Sonia, because that's not your thing.
So that's why she's walking Kenya around.
As she should.
And she also wants to talk to her, use that time to talk to her about hanging up on her.
Good idea. Not in front of everybody. Take her to the side.
Right. So Kenya tell her, look, I right now am in a good space. And at this point, I'm not letting people run over me like what was going on in my marriage. Your tone was very condescending. And at that point, Sanya went on and apologized and let her know, what I meant to say was, you could have somebody else. It don't have to be a man. It could be, one of your friends. And so they came to an understanding. That's all she had to do in the first place. Sanya messed that up. Sheree comes in.
It was condescending when she heard talking about, just to be clear.
Right.
I just want to make it clear, like that's condescending.
I can't come. Yeah, I've been like, so you're saying that
I can't come, right?
Yeah. So Sheree comes in, they sing happy birthday to her. She's shocked.
She came in and put you from the rooter to the tutor, didn't she?
Girl, she talking about Sanya as a ride or die chick. I was like, right now, today, at this moment, but not like in 2 minutes.
No, she's not, Sheree. She didn't even, that party was already planned.
Right.
She found out it was your birthday and decided.
She just acknowledged it was your birthday. That's all it was acknowledgement. So the food wasn't ready. So the caterer brought in beef patties. Kenya said them beef patties was dry. They remind me of the frozen beef patties that you get in the store. I forgot what they were called.
Not if you get them right.
I forgot the name of that brand, but that's what they look like. They're really not. That brand is really good, but I can see where they say it's dry, but it looks just like that brand.
I feel like, first of all, catered food is not the same as your mama who's from Jamaica who knows how to tear that shit up. That's not the same thing. They enjoyed her mother's food. Also, Sanya, every party doesn't have to be a Jamaican theme party. Like they had that shit the last time and your mama cooked it and it was really good. So what made you think they was gonna like the catered version?
Right.
Unless you was gonna get it from the Jamaican spot.
So really, I don't know. It's these Jamaican style beef patties. Them right there.
I don't get mine out of the grocery store. That's what it looked like.
That's exactly what it looked like. It was those right there.
No, I go down to the Jamaican restaurant where the lady be in the back with her husband cooking the food.
So, Sheree was also upset. She was like, ain't no white meat, no bartender. The photo booth didn't work.
Why do y'all need a bartender though? It's just a get together. Like
it's a get together. It was bottles of wine right there. And why didn't they just start drinking? I was like, at this point though, to me, y'all being a little bit picky. Y'all should have washed that damn dry patties down with a damn bottle of wine that was sitting
or whatever.
Can you gonna say dry some tortillas is, we might have to cook our own food because the food was finally ready. That's what I'm talking about. That's the same shit. That's the same way Dr. Heavenly talked. She on the wrong show.
Can you stop calling the Jamaican food tortillas?
She said tortillas. Yeah, not the beef patties.
Oh, shit.
Drew said her party was giving Party City a kid's birthday. I was like, but it wasn't a party though. It was like a get together.
She could have left them damn streamers at Party
You
City.
shouldn't. I wouldn't even decorate it. It was a get together. Y'all come over my house and let's eat and
She
let's
could have
talk about
went
this
and bought
Jamaican.
a nice cake from the bakery
A cake from the bakery.
for her birthday.
Oh yeah, girl. I forgot.
And
See, I
then leave
forgot
that
that
other
quick. It was
leave that
even
other
her
shit.
birthday.
I
was
mean,
included.
I don't even like streamers for kids' parties. I hate those things. They're tacky.
Yeah, I don't do that. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't invite it. I wouldn't
Why doesn't she just
decorate it.
hire somebody to come through and do that?
Her mama was like, I'm not cooking for them.
That's what Sheree did. That's why her party was so pretty.
Mhm.
She didn't do that, but Sheree has good taste. Sonya does not.
Yeah. But it wasn't a party. It was just the girls come over, get together.
No, she turned it into a party.
Well, that wasn't a party.
And she threw the Party City streamers. I'm with Drew on that one, girl. Take that shit down. And them stupid balloons.
Well, speaking of Drew, they brought up about her and them bones, and she said she did it because she expresses herself. Some people though throw rocks and hide their hand, referring to Sheree. Sheree was like, I'm throwing tomatoes at you, bitch, because you whack. Okay. Kenya was like, Drew loves to fight. She be the one on the corner holding up a sign talking about we'll fight for free. Sheree say every time we have a sit down, she has to argue and make it about her. And then then Drew will start talking about whatever the little girl name. I can't think of her name. What's her name? Batum. She said, well, Fatum made it about me, but maybe you getting old and you don't remember. Sheree was like old and cold. I was like, she can't keep up with Sheree though, because every time she throw it at Sheree throw it right back.
Well, let's ponder this for a second. Batum's not there, so that's whack that you're even bringing her up. She's not here. And Sheree is old and cold. And Drew, you done dropped it with Drew in the autumn pounds and went and had surgery. And then Sheree's a bad bitch. Gucci from the top to the bottom.
Old and cold.
And however old she is, she look better than you, girl. I'm just saying. And these young girls gonna have to quit saying that because everybody gets their day. Everybody gets their turn. So,
and Sheree is right. Every time they sit down, she turns it into an argument to bring it back onto her. That whole thing that Marlo and Kenya was going back, all of a sudden she started barking and tried to throw herself in the midst of it. And it's
not only that, she stopped at the damn doggy store. When was the last time you went to the doggy store?
I ain't been to no, well, no, I'll take that back. Well, that's because I have a dog to take care of. So
your mother has a dog.
But that's why I go to the doggy store. That's what I'm saying.
For her.
Yeah. Yeah.
She don't have a dog. So you went over there just because. She said
she's an actress, so she bring props. So you sitting
you
back
acting, girl.
and
you
somebody
really
is writing your snaps or whatever for you. And
well, she needs a new writer because it's whack.
Yeah. And then Candy asked Drew to sing happy birthday. I was like, why, Candy? Why are they beefing and you want her to sing happy birthday?
Well, she did a good damn job. Now I'll give her that.
She sang.
I'd rather she just sing because
then stop all that other nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they sit down, they get their rules. They get their rules from Jamaica. 1, water-friendly hair. 2, no standoffs. That's not gonna happen. 3, no props. She's gonna bring props just because you told her she can't. 4, no weed. Legal weed is not legal in Jamaica. And 5, be on your best behavior because this is a work trip for her. So next week, we're gonna be in Montego Bay, Jamaica. And they're not going to be on their best behavior, it looks like.
Duh.
D, come on and close this one out for us. Come on.
I'm like, Tanya, you said no props, but you brought a whole, what you call it, poster board to write on.
Tell them what to do, D.
Smack that thumbs up button, Sky Thought channel.
All right, y'all.